Hey guys, this is Handcrafted by Jason Cooper. I've got just a quick update video today for one of my most popular videos, How to Build a Wooden Star. It's that one right there. If you've watched that video and you've built one of these wooden stars, they're really a great thing this time of year around Christmas. A lot of people love them, make great gifts, really simple to make and cheap to make. Encourage you to watch that video. But if you haven't seen that, this video is probably not going to make a lot of sense to you. But I have a couple quick updates on that video, a couple things I want to explain a little bit better. So stay tuned and check it out. All right, so there is the big star off the front of my house that I made several years ago. Now this was made with 1x6 cedar instead of 1x4 like I use in the video as the demo. So it's a little bit bigger. In fact, I've got these blanks ready to go on another star, and you can see that this is actually, sorry, get the camera on here. This is actually even a little bit bigger. Now I'm not gonna make this star that big. I'm gonna end up with some scraps, which is fine. But if you use the 1x6 cedar, you can actually make quite a bit bigger star. But with that video, the biggest question I've gotten is, I mention in there that to keep your offcuts, so these are a couple I've already cut off my big blanks, and when you follow the instructions in the video, you'll get offcuts like this. And I mentioned, hey, save those. You can make a smaller star out of them. Now, how you do that is fairly straightforward because you've already got the one angle already cut on these, so you don't have to run them through the jig. What you need to do is make a parallel cut to this edge right here, because you need a little bit of a flat edge here to create the inside of the star, okay? So to take your offcut and turn it into a smaller star, all you got to do is rip it down a little bit narrower, using this as your straight edge against your fence, and leaving a couple inches here that are parallel to this, and you can turn this into a smaller star. Now I've got another tip for you that will make it even easier, and so you won't have offcuts and you can just maximize your material as it is. And push that out of the way here. And that is, when you take your blank, make it a little bit longer than you want, roughly by how big you want this side, the inside of the star, to be. So if you want a fairly small inside of the star, whatever this measurement is, this is probably 2.5 inches here on this one. And it's roughly, I think these were about 20 inches long, end to end. Of course, it would have been here to here before we cut the angles. But if I wanted to maximize this and get two pieces cut out of one, I would make it at least this much longer than I needed, a little bit extra. And then when I would line it up on my jig for the first cut, I would side it out so that when I cut it, I'm getting approximately the same amount of straight section here as I get here. Does that make sense? Because when I do that, and I've got this in my jig properly, of course this one's set to make a much shorter piece, but if I line it up, adjust my jig over, I could get it so it cuts right down here, and I could get my two pieces out of one blank. And then I wouldn't even have the offcut, and I could be maximizing my material and get more out of one picket. So those are my two quick tips based on that video. Is if you want to just not even have the offcuts, make this a little bit longer and adjust your jig over, and you can cut two pieces at once. If you've already done it before and you got the offcuts, or you just don't want to mess with trying to figure out those lengths, just put the flat side of these to the fence and rip off a little bit right here to create that inside of the star, and you're good to go. Well, that's it for today. Like I said, this is just a quick update to that previous video. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel, watch some of the videos, and I'd love to hear from you. You can stop by my website at woodwork.cooperjason.com, and you can leave some comments there as well. Until next time, see ya.